Welcome back to my channels, guys. I'm FP. Today we're drawing a TikTok influencer and comedian I really love. You can check out her TikTok and Instagram. So, I really needed a striking pose that is going to represent her line of entertainment. When I say her line of entertainment, she's a comedian. So, what pose can I really get that will represent what she does best? What I did was I went to her TikTok, scrolled through many of her videos. I'm a regular person there, so it's not creepy. She knows me. I know her personally. Scrolled through many of her videos and I took this screenshot. From this screenshot, we are going to bring out an amazing art piece for her and ship her the finished product, which is going to be an enlargement or digital print. I will not start explaining how I set my space because this is not a tutorial video and I want to like hurry up with this video and make it as short as possible because the complete art is going to take me a lot of time. So what I'll do is I'll just explain how I set up my brush, not the stage, because right now I set up my brush since I'm using Adobe Fresco or use the vector brush to do the line art as any good artist should do. I always start with my line art. Then when I do the line art on Adobe Fresco or transfer the file over to Photoshop because I best draw with Adobe Photoshop. So let's go right into it. So after I set up my brush, as you can see, um, things you want to set up is the stroke size. That's in pixels. You have zero point 0.5 pixels I'm using right now. You also want to set up like maybe if you're having a pen, a stylus pen like I have, you want to set up the dynamics of the brush. Maybe you want it to be smooth, want it to be pressure sensitive. As you can see, I've turned on my pressure sensitivity. So we'll go right ahead and like trace the picture first. So trace the bright lines. Take note on Adobe Fresco, the only thing I'll do is trace the main parts, like the hard lines. I always call them the sharp edges. I call them the sharp edges. So I'll just trace the sharp edges I need, like the eye, the nose, and the chin, because those are the guidelines that I'll use when I'm illustrating in Adobe Photoshop. So after tracing the black lines, the next thing I'm going to do is save and export the file as a PSD so I can open it up on Photoshop and start the most complicated methods in my illustration. So on Photoshop, I'll put like the baby face, baby face. Ladies like to have the baby hair, facial hair. I'll put that. I have a brush for that. I've left that in the description where you can download the brush. It's a free brush. I'll first of all put the baby face. And after the baby face, or like use the lasso tool. As you can see, I use the lasso tool to trace out the hair. I use the lasso tool to trace out the hair, and then I'll just drop in like a color fill after tracing out, like after selecting the hair area. Take note, I do all of this on a new layer so I don't interfere with the other layers when I was working on. And before I started drawing on Adobe Photoshop, I had to increase like the image resolution and size. Image resolution, you can find it under the image on Photoshop, under the image menu. You can see when I'm done drawing the hair, like selecting it with the lasso tool, I fill it in. After filling it in, I just like, selections with lasso tool might leave certain pixels out. So I just modify it using maybe the brush tool or the fill tool, that's the bucket fill tool, to get my hair selections like accurate. So I just go back and forth until I get it right, until I'm satisfied. Okay, when I feel satisfied, what I do next is I put the real image on one side and the art I'm drawing, like, you know, my artboard, on the other side. Why do I do this? Normally, before I ever started drawing digitally, I used to draw like pencil art, not paintings though, but pencil or pen art, and I like I'm able to like be precise when the image is beside. It's just my way. You might have your own way. Some people put it like another pop up folder up, but I just put it side by side, so it's easier for me to like estimate. Maybe if I'm drawing the eye, I'm able to like estimate points just watching it side by side. Also, it's a lot of muscle memory too because I've been drawing like this for years. Do it your own way. Then I like. Then after that, I put in the base color. The base color is like the main color of maybe of the skin. Like in this situation, since there are no clothes, the main color is just could be only the skin color. It's going to be only the skin color, and the skin color is also something technical to select or not disclose how I select my skin color in this video because I'll make like a whole video on how to select skin color depending on who or what you're drawing, or how to select like your base color. Yeah, depending on what you're drawing. So I'll use the lasso tool. The Some people use the pen tool. Yeah, sometimes I use the pen tool, but mostly I use the lasso tool and the fill tool and the brush tool to fill my base color. Well, it's just about keeping it neat. Just do whatever you're used to, but you always want to have that base color you can work on. So after I've filled my base color, the next thing I do is I set my brush tool. I take the soft brush with the pressure sensitivity on. I reduce my opacity to 50%, and then I put my brush to multiply mode. Why do I put my brush to multiply mode? I see drawing the human skin as absorbing and reflecting light. So the darker spots absorbed more light and did not reflect back. So it's kind of multiply is like dampening, adding a darker color on it. So it multiply that darker color on those parts that absorb more light. So it gives the toning at the same time when you're using the multiply mode, and it also puts like dark areas. So I don't know how to explain it, but I'll just call it shadows. So I do more of like drawing the shadows. It's just my way of drawing. You might have your own way. Uh, just watch as I do it. Also, one of the most important parts you want to draw perfect is the pupil that's in your eye. In fact, the eye area, the nose area, and the lip. You want them to be perfect when you're doing your art. That is one of the secrets in art drawing. Then you also have to do like the facial expressions, like see how you like twist the twisted areas. You also want to do those perfectly when you're doing your art because that's what gives life to the picture. The highlight. If you notice when I'm drawing the highlighted area, I take a lot of time doing my highlights, doing my facial expressions, or like bringing out like those details, especially in the face, because those are the things that give life to the art. One error many people do, many artists do sometimes is drawing and forgetting to put highlight on the hair. So if you look at even me right now, as I move, it's like my hair is reflecting light. The hair also reflects light. And when drawing, if you reflect or if you put highlight on your hair, it gives more detail to your image. And that's one of my secrets. So I'm going to put in some highlights in the hair while drawing, and that gives like that is even able to show the hairstyle. Using highlights, I'm able to show the hairstyle she has. Then at a certain point when I feel like I'm done, that's when I take like a 30 minutes pause, and then I come back and look at the image. I always notice it's like there were things I forgot. So you start seeing me putting in like some intermediate details, adding some highlights, adding some maybe skin tone, playing with the hue and saturation just to like balance things up. Then take note, if you don't have your auto recovery activated in Adobe Photoshop, make sure you always save your work. I'm just talking out of experience. You don't want to lose that file after all the hard work. So my auto recovery is turned on and I have a very good PC. So automatically it saves. But I also save at times just to be on the safe side. So now we have like the image done. And what I want to do is add like some spice. So play with the background, foreground, all the grounds. Sorry about that. Anyways, uh, she's a Cameroonian comedian, and the code for Cameroon, like the phone line, is 237. So most of the time, when we want to talk about Cameroon, we use 237. And the Cameroon flag has a green, red, yellow. So I'm going to put a broken English statement, then put like the code of Cameroon, like Cameroon in quotes. You say we do how? You say 237 do how? So that's like what I'm going to put. That's been amazing so far. And let's just round up it real quickly. So it's been 2 hours of drawing, and finally we are done, guys. When I started drawing, I used to take about 5 to 8 hours for one art piece. But now, I have like 4 years of experience and I'm able to put this out sometimes as low as in 45 minutes to put out one art piece. It's just all about experience. I hope you like this video and I hope you like the art I did. Drop a comment. You can check it out on TikTok. You can check out the comedian I drew, and I'll post a shot whenever she received the art piece, or please we had to make a video so I can post on my YouTube shorts for you guys. Thank you and see you next time. It's FP and signing out.